This is a scene from Sangla in Himachal Pradesh. No, those are not CGI rocks. It's the real deal. This is what the people of the region have to live with, and anyone, including the army, who have to travel through these roads, have to be ever vigilant not to end up beneath the rubble. And to make sure the locals and the army convoys find safe passage, Indian Army has a powerful secret up its sleeve. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. This monsoon, we took a long and slow trip through the high passes and dangerous roads of Himachal Pradesh, from Shimla to Kinnaur, and then to Spiti. And one thing that baffled me beyond words are the roads of these regions. To city dwellers like me, most of these wouldn't even seem like roads. And to think the conditions were even worse just a few years ago. This is the condition of the road from Kaza in Spiti Valley to Manali on the other side of the Pir Panjal range. Constantly battered by rain, frost and waterfalls, you'll be lucky to find a stretch that's flat, let alone paved. And to service regions like this all over the borderlands of India, the Government of India in 1960 founded the Border Roads Organization under the Indian Armed Forces. With a motto, everything is achievable through hard work, Border Roads Organization, or BRO as it is called, has served the nation for over 60 years now by helping provide roads and development to the most remote Himalayan areas. And the necessity for such roads will make sense if we look back just to the recent history of this region. Like most border disputes around the world, this one also started with the British. Their hasty escape from the subcontinent started a bloody conflict over the region of Kashmir. And in the aftermath, the United Nations had to intervene to draw up a border in 1949. And the new border, or the line of control as it would be called, ran from Kashmir through Ladakh. As the United Nations Charter read, quote, "The line of control runs northeastwards to Thang, inclusive to India, thence eastwards, joining the glaciers." The vague wording was used as no one thought anyone would care about the inaccessible Siachen Glacier, the second longest non-polar glacier and one of the highest in the world. But care they did, and it has been the highest battleground on earth ever since. Things got even more complicated with the Chinese invasion of Tibet, as they didn't recognize the British borders between Kashmir and Tibet, and after talks broke down in 1962, the better equipped and better positioned Chinese took another bite of the region from Indian hands, and ever since, these regions have stayed conflict prone, from the Kargil War of 99 to the recent Galwan Valley incident. It has become clear that whoever has better access will eventually prevail. While the Indian Army cannot match China and its extensive war machine, each little bit counts, and with each road built, each tunnel dug, each bridge erected, the borders of India get safer and safer. And with each click of the like button, we get more and more motivation to make better videos. Making roads over the high Himalayan passes is no easy task. Think about the highest point in the entire continent of Africa. Now imagine you can drive just as high. Yes, now it is possible to drive just as high as Mount Kilimanjaro after Border Roads Organization completed the Umlingla Road connecting to the extremely remote border village of Demchok. And that's not all. Hardungla, which was previously the highest road, was higher than Mount Whitney, the highest peak in the continuous United States, Mount Vincent Peak in Antarctica, and also Mount Kosciuszko in Australia, twice. Making is one thing, bro also has to maintain these to be motorable even through adverse weather conditions and frigid temperatures. We have all seen in the news the opening of the new Rotang Tunnel, the longest in the world, over 10,000 feet. And while it is great for tourists like us because it saves over 5 hours in travel time between the hotspots of Manali and Leh, by not taking the treacherous Rotang Pass, it becomes invaluable for the Indian Armed Forces to supply the Ladakh sector, as robust supply lines can be maintained all throughout the year. The Border Road Organization has hundreds of such achievements, too many to list in just one video. From thousands of kilometers of roads in the remotest and highest places on earth to the highest suspension bridge in Asia at Chicham, and no one can testify to the great benefits of such roads than the locals whose villages are now getting connected to the rest of India for the first time. Imagine you are a school student and you love to study. I know it's hard to imagine, but just try. Imagine you love to go to school and you dream of higher studies and becoming someone great someday. But to go to school, you have to climb up 30 flights of stairs every day and to walk over 10 kilometers. Also, if you worked at home instead, your family could earn a bit more. Now the choice is not that easy. And for many children living in these areas, this is just a part of life. This is where another goal of the Border Roads organization come to light. Roads made for easy mobilization during wartime is still usable during peace. With better roads come proper public transport, comes more economic opportunities, and comes tourists such as ourselves who help stimulate the economy. I heard from a tour guide in Tabo that a few years before, his entire family was subsistence farmers, but now, because of the tourists, he has bought a new house and has sent his children to school in Kaza. As our bus was chugging along the scary roads of Batal near Hamta, with the danger of landslides always in our minds, we could only imagine what the locals have to deal with to get even the most basic amenities. But they know, no matter the weather and no matter how big the landslides, the roads may be blocked, but they will never be closed. Because as bro says, everything is achievable through hard work.